What's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and we are going through the best parlays for June 23rd. So we're going to be looking at the best parlays, and again, a lot of times, some of the best bets for the upcoming day are the day before, when sportsbooks start to release odds and there's early inefficiencies, early sharp action starts to come in, lineup changes. So I like to, spend my nights kind of looking at the OddsJam Positive Expected Value tool and trying to see where the value is as a sports bettor. So there's three bets I like for tomorrow. We're going to explain parlay betting strategy, the math behind our parlay, but essentially, again, what the OddsJam Positive EV tool will show you is just data-driven, mathematically profitable sports bets. You can learn more about it with this little quick start wizard if you want to get into the weeds, but it's just going to show you data-driven betting picks. So for example, the first pick we're going to be on is the Marlins under 4.5 team total. We're looking for value as a sports bettor. As a sports bettor, it's all about finding value. So the total has been moving lower in the Marlins-Rockies game, and you can see the Marlins team total has also been drifting down. At this point, Pinnacle, DraftKings, Caesars are all pricing this below minus 144 odds, right? From minus 144 to minus 155, and WynnBet really is a true outlier, giving you an incredible price of minus 125. So as a sports bettor, when you see this type of bet on OddsJam, this is the type of bet you want to be on. This is the type of bet you want to include in your parlay. So this game's at 9:10 a.m. Who thinks about starting games this early in the day? But we're going to go ahead, add this to our parlay, and that's going to be our first pick. Then we can see the next pick is the Phillies money line, plus 137, top row, 1.46% profit margin. So as a sports bettor, you're trying to place as many positive EV bets as possible, or when you're making a parlay, you want as many positive EV bets as possible in your parlay. And we can see here, Phillies money line, plus 137, only 11 cents in market width, plus 129 to minus 140. So this is a very tight, very efficient betting market. And if we just look at the odds, it's very clear that we're getting a true pricing discrepancy on WynnBet. This bet looks really good looking at basically any other sportsbook's odds. So this is the second pick we want to go with in our parlay, and we'll run through the math and parlay betting strategy here in a bit. But first, let's just get our parlay locked in, and I'll explain a bit why I like to place parlays on WynnBet, which I guess I can just explain right now. So WynnBet's cool because not only do they give you rewards credits that you can then convert into free bets, but they give you comp dollars, free trips to Vegas. You can do a bunch of things with these. So the more bets you place on WynnBet, the more comp dollars you have, the more nice dinners, the more alcohol you can get, right? So it's always advantageous as a sports bettor if you're looking for value and you're a smart bettor. Like a lot of the sharpest bettors, they'll have access to all these unlimited rooms in Vegas and stuff like that. So on top of placing a mathematically profitable parlay, we're getting more comp dollars, stuff like that, which is another benefit of sports betting. And then the final bet we're going to be on, lowest profit margin bet, bottom row, scroll over, look for the bet circled, is under 9.5 runs in Braves Giants. You look for the bet with the blue circle around it, also bolded, and you can see Pinnacle, again, very tight market, 12 cents of market width, has this minus 109. So they have the under favored, and we can get 9 cents of improvement and get this plus money. So we want to go to the Braves game, and we want under 9.5. So we're going to have three picks in our parlay. We'll see how much they let me bet. And they're going to say your maximum stake allowed is 187.50. So it's like, okay, I'll go ahead and lock it in. And this is another reason I like to place my parlays on WynnBet. So I have a three-pick parlay, 187.50 to win 1.4 Gs plus 753 odds. So we can go ahead and just put in the odds here. We're betting at 753 odds. We're staking 187.50. So exactly as seen on WynnBet, 187.50 at plus 753 odds to win 1.4 Gs. So we have Phillies money line and then under 9.5 in the Braves game. Those are going to be our three picks. So we'll go through the math behind a parlay, how parlays work, how parlay odds work. But first, let's just get this bet locked in. In WynnBet, super cool, they have this little button that says spin the wheel. So it's like, what does that mean? But if you have chips, I have 120,000, you can spin the wheel and you get chips every time a bet loses. So we can go ahead and spin the wheel, and they're going to give me a random reward, and I always seem to get entered to win an autographed football. But here, I'm getting a $100 free bet. You've been entered to win a $100 free bet. So that's pretty cool, right? As an added bonus, by using these little reward points, chips, which you get whenever a bet loses. So you'll see here, when a bet wins, we had a couple bets win, we don't get anything back. We don't get any of these chips that we can use in our parlay. On the other hand, when bets lose, you get these things back. You get these reward points back. $500 bet, you get $125 back. So that gets added here. So that's just a cool feature of sportsbooks when you're winning and losing, right? When you win, obviously that's better. You get money. When you lose, you get these chips. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, let's get back into parlay betting strategy. I'm getting distracted. So what we can do next is we can find the win probability for our parlay. So we'll go to a no vig fair odds calculator, which again takes a sportsbook's market and it removes the vig, removes the juice to show you the true odds or the true win probability for your bet. So we can see the market for the Philadelphia Phillies was plus 129, minus 140 on Pinnacle. We were able to get this plus 137 on WynnBet. So what we can do is put that into a no vig fair odds calculator, plus 129, minus 140, and this will tell me the true odds for the wager are plus 133.58. So if we're getting better odds than plus 133.58, like plus 136, plus 140, then your bet is profitable. It is positive EV. You're beating the true odds from the sharpest sportsbook in the world. That's exactly what you want as a sports bettor. On the other hand, you wouldn't want to bet this at, plus 125 because you're not beating the true odds, right? You're not beating the true odds. Similarly, if we were betting on, the Braves, if we could get them minus 125, that would be better than the true odds. That would be a great bet. But we're not, right? There's nowhere you can get them better than minus 140. So we definitely don't want to be wagering on the Braves on the Padres right now. So 42.81% is the win probability for the Phillies. Add that into my little spreadsheet, which is cool. So again, you're just removing the juice from a sportsbook's market to find the win probability for your bet and the true odds for your bet. And you always want to be getting better odds than the true odds for a bet. And if we use the market from Bet Online as well, plus 130, minus 141, you can see the true odds would be plus 134.56 according to Bet Online's model, which is another very sharp sports book. So I like to kind of look at these two books when I'm looking for value as a sports bettor. And here we can see this plus 137 is positive EV. We're beating the true odds to both Bet Online and Pinnacle. So this is a bet I really like in my parlay. So what we can actually do as well, so, they limited us. If we go here, they limited us to 187.50. But that's because this bet, they only allow me to have a max wager of 187.50. So what we can actually do as well is we can bet it again, but we can just leave out so we can take the bottom two legs as well if we want to get a little more action. So this was we want the under 9.5 plus 100. And I think they'll give me more on this. So now they'll give me another 312.50, so we can go ahead and lock that in. So this is a second parlay, and then we can spin the wheel. But we'll only go through the math for the first one with 3 legs. But might as well get another profitable parlay down where you have 2 positive EV bets, which is all we need as a sports bettor to place a profitable parlay. So I'm entered to win an autographed football. I hate that, but whatever. I'll take it. I'm going to have like 50 footballs back at my house in Virginia. So that's pretty cool. This bet's incredible, right? Just looking at the odds. So the market on Pinnacle, plus 123, minus 144. They're pricing the under all the way down at minus 144. So if we throw that into a zero vig odds calculator, plus 123, minus 144, the win probability for a bet is 56.82%. So that's bet number 2. And then we want bet number 3 is minus 109, minus 103. We're getting the under 9.5 at plus money when the sharpest sportsbook in the world is pricing this at minus 109. So that's a pretty great bet, from the OddsJam Positive EV page as well. So that's another bet I definitely, I'm happy with in my parlay. So the over was minus 103, the under was minus 109. So the under is very slightly favored. True odds of minus 102.79. We got it plus 100, which is better odds than the true odds. So it's a good bet, right? 50.69% win probability. So now we have 3 bets. We know the win probability for all of them. They're all uncorrelated. So to find the win probability for our parlay, we just multiply these 3 numbers together. Bang, bang, bang. And we get the win probability for our parlay is 12.33%. We're getting plus 753 odds. We're staking 187.50 to win 1.4 G's. So we have $10 in profit margin on this bet. 5.176% edge. Right? Or, profit margin, just like the percent column here, right? The edge, each of these bets has a positive profit margin. So when you parlay them together and every bet is mathematically profitable and positive EV from OddsJam, then your parlay is going to be positive EV with a positive expected return, which is fantastic as a sports bettor. So 3 bets I'm quite happy with, all true pricing discrepancies. This Marlins one is absolutely incredible. So this I'm quite happy with as well. Just being able to get this under 4.5. Where is this bad boy? Under 4.5 at minus 125. I mean, just looking at the entire betting market, and data is everything as a sports bettor, this really is a true pricing discrepancy, right? So quite happy with that bet. So we could also just, the 2-leg parlay only had these 2 legs, and we were staking 312.50. So we can go through the profit. So our first bet had a profit margin of like $10. So the second bet, 312.50 at plus 374 odds. It's going to have only $9. We could stake more, so it's going to have $9 in profit margin. So 2.859% edge. So 2 bets, both mathematically profitable, 2 parlays. Unfortunately, my parlay for today looks like it's getting killed. The Nationals are down. The Mariners are up though, which is lit because I have them pretty big. And then I added these 2 parlays from tomorrow, already have some prop bet. And then, again, you can only use these parlay rewards on WynnBet if you get these chips. So, I like placing bets on WynnBet because even when you lose, you get these chips that you can get, 50 autographed footballs mailed to your house. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video on parlay betting strategy. Let's make some money.